to try and make some sort of point is equally awful. And what this shows now is that these two are actually not even on the D list, they are on the Z list. Every single project they have touched has turned to shit, and this for me is a final straw because there is nothing royal about this. These two are now an international embarrassment.
Meghan Markle has posted a video on her Instagram account showing her and Harry dancing in the delivery room prior to her giving birth to Lilibet 4 years ago. If you ever wanted to see a heavily pregnant woman twerk, then sit back and enjoy.
What if the royal fairy tale you thought you knew was hiding one of the biggest secrets in modern monarchy history? Just when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle thought they'd seen it all, a woman identified only as DL has stepped forward with claims so explosive they could upend the entire Sussex narrative. And maybe even the royal line of succession itself. From secret surrogacy allegations to leaked hospital records, vanished birth names, and a royal couple retreating into suspicious silence, this story is more than just gossip. It's a constitutional question mark. Today, we're unpacking the jaw-dropping details, the secret documents, the eerie old footage, and what this scandal could mean for Harry, Meghan, and the royal family's future. So buckle up, hit that like button, and get ready for the twists you didn't see coming, because this bombshell is just getting started.
$1 deal with Spotify, and now you're posting yourself twerking. This is getting worse, this video. She's getting lower by the minute. He's now playing with his groin. I think there is now sick essentially in my mouth. There is a little bit of sick just at the back.
DL, a woman the world had never heard of until now, has come out swinging with a claim that shakes the Sussex saga to its core. She says she's not just a random egg donor or a faceless surrogate, she's the actual birth mother of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's 2 children, Archie and Lilibet. According to DL, she was secretly recruited, promised privacy and compensation, but later erased from the royal narrative entirely. Unlike other anonymous figures who hide in the shadows, DL is showing her face, dropping hospital records, signed NDAs, and payment receipts as her receipts. And she's not whispering. She's speaking out boldly, forcing the press, the palace, and the public to re-examine everything they thought they knew about how these royal babies really came into the world. Her calm defiance is making headlines and rattling royal corridors.
Like a pregnant belly. It looks all bumpy. It's very strange. It looks like what you'd get if you put like a pillowcase full of like socks or something under your dress. You got to look up close. There's very strange bumps coming off of that pregnant belly. I don't know why, Stu.
DL's bold confession is pouring gasoline on conspiracy theories that have been swirling for years. Remember the viral videos showing Meghan's baby bump folding when she sat down or changing size in public appearances within days? Back then, critics were dismissed as delusional trolls obsessed with so-called moon bump rumors. But now, those old clips are back, being replayed millions of times, frame by frame. Suddenly, what looked like harmless gossip has become potential evidence that Meghan's pregnancies may have been staged for image and optics. The public is connecting dots. The odd wardrobe choices, the strategic hand placements, the shifting bump, and asking, were these just coincidences or part of a carefully managed illusion? As the chatter grows, the line between rumor and reality is blurring in ways that Meghan and Harry's team can no longer control.
To try and make some sort of point is equally awful. And what this shows now is that these two are actually not even on the D list, they are on the Z list. Every single project they have touched has turned to shit, and this for me is a final straw because there is nothing royal about this. These two are now an international embarrassment.
If DL's story holds water, the implications go far beyond PR embarrassment. They hit the very heart of Britain's royal institution, the line of succession. 2 children, presented as royal heirs, could have entered the monarchy under false pretenses. That's not just a tabloid scandal, that's a constitutional crisis. Royal succession laws are built on centuries of tradition and transparency about birth. If the Sussexes used a secret surrogate without disclosure, it challenges the legal and moral grounds of the children's royal status. Can titles like Prince and Princess stand if the birth story was a lie? Can the line of succession hold if deception played a role? Advisors, historians, and legal experts are now quietly weighing in. If the palace confirms any truth to these claims, the monarchy faces unprecedented questions about legitimacy, transparency, and betrayal of public trust.
Meghan and Harry, I find this, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of sick in my mouth as I try and describe this, because fresh from repeatedly telling us that they were escaping the United Kingdom because they wanted privacy, they hated the press, they hated everything to be involved in the intrusion in their lives, and then they had their little children.
Once portrayed as Meghan's loyal husband, swept along by her ambitious PR machine, Harry's reputation is now under intense scrutiny. With DL claiming that this was a full-blown secret arrangement, many wonder if Harry was in on it from day one. If he knew the pregnancies were staged, yet stood before cameras presenting a happy royal family, then he's not an innocent bystander. He's a co-architect of the entire deception. Add to that the strange way Archie's birth was announced. No hospital steps, no press presence, just Harry grinning in front of a stable in a video that felt oddly informal for a royal birth. Back then, it raised eyebrows. Today, it looks downright suspicious. If Harry was complicit, his credibility and the Sussexes' entire freedom from the palace brand could crumble overnight.
Park's worldwide privacy tour come to life. Delivery room Meghan dropping it like it's hot.
It is so, you know what? I thought of South Park as soon as I saw it, because how much more intimate do they want to be? How much more do they want to show us? Are we going to see videos of their wedding night next? Because
the rumors around Archie's birth certificate are now taking on new weight. When the document was released, eagle-eyed watchers noticed Meghan's full legal name, Rachel Meghan Markle, was replaced by her royal title, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. At the time, the palace said it was a clerical fix. Meghan claimed it was done without her consent, but with DL's claims in the open, people now wonder if it was a calculated move to dodge legal pitfalls. Listing Meghan as the birth mother on an official document could be seen as falsifying a record if she didn't give birth herself. For a family that demands absolute precision and transparency for succession, this alleged tweak now smells like a cover-up. Critics are asking, if it was truly innocent, why the secrecy, conflicting statements, and silence now?
Meghan Markle has posted a video on her Instagram account showing her and Harry dancing in the delivery room prior to her giving birth to Lilibet 4 years ago. If you ever wanted to see a heavily pregnant woman twerk, then sit back and enjoy.
In the past, Meghan has fired back fiercely at every slight, through interviews, statements, or legal threats. But this time, the silence is deafening. Instead of a bold denial, the Sussexes have allegedly unleashed lawyers behind the scenes, sending cease and desist letters to media outlets trying to run DL's interviews. Meanwhile, DL is daring them to sue her, even offering to do a DNA test supervised by a neutral third party. For the public, this looks bad. If you have nothing to hide, why fight proof with threats instead of facts? Meghan and Harry's legal scrambling only fuels suspicion that DL's paper trail might be real. As mainstream outlets weigh whether to run with the story, their silence is being filled by rumor after rumor. And in the court of public opinion, silence often looks a lot like guilt.
Baby mama when I step out on the top. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Hit the baby mama when I'm stepping through the door. Yeah, I'm pregnant, but I got an ill.
Digging deeper, DL claims she wasn't just asked to stay silent. She was kept in isolation for months to keep the secret safe. According to her, Meghan's team handled every detail: housing, medical care, psychological support, but at the cost of her freedom and health. After delivering both children, DL says she battled postpartum preeclampsia, a severe condition involving dangerously high blood pressure, but received minimal follow-up care. She says she felt discarded, like she was just a vessel. That betrayal, she claims, pushed her to start saving receipts, appointment logs, texts, payment confirmations. If true, her paper trail isn't just gossip fodder, it's a legal ticking time bomb. It also paints a damning picture of how far the Sussexes' inner circle might have gone to maintain the fairy tale image, even at the cost of a woman's health and dignity.
Kinsey, what's been the reaction to this very personal look inside the birthing unit of Harry and Meghan?
Rita, lyrics like Prego, but I'm still doing moves like Beyonce. Yeah, I said I'm pregnant. Get the child support and pay my rent. Your opinion is irrelevant because I'm a baby mama. I can do what I wanna.
The mainstream press, once wary of moon bump rumors, is now circling like sharks. Legal teams at major networks are said to be assessing the risks of airing DL's interviews. Online forums are flooded with sleuths revisiting every photo and public appearance from Meghan's pregnancy era. Clips once dismissed as harmless are now being replayed with new eyes. Meanwhile, Harry is reportedly unraveling behind palace gates, lashing out at aides, plagued by paranoia about who knew what and when. Meghan, so used to curating the narrative, has gone radio silent. No new podcast episodes, no brand launches, no carefully staged Instagram posts. Behind closed doors, the couple is said to be at their breaking point, barely communicating and sleeping in separate rooms as the world waits for answers they can't seem to give.
Childbirth. You know, there are some moments that are supposed to be between a husband and a wife only. And the moments before you give birth to your child is one of them. When you are together in that room and your child is coming. And maybe you do have a fun moment. This is not how I spent my moments before giving birth.
If DL's claims prove true, Britain's constitutional advisors face an unprecedented question. What happens if royal births were staged under false pretenses? Can titles be stripped? Could the children lose their places in the line of succession? Former royal aides say this could shake the monarchy to its core, not because surrogacy is illegal or shameful, but because secrecy destroys public trust. The Queen's former press secretary even said this would be a first in royal history, potentially forcing legal historians and senior advisors to consider removing titles or severing ties entirely. For a monarchy built on tradition, transparency, and lineage, the idea that deception played a part in introducing new heirs is more than embarrassing. It's a constitutional scandal that could haunt the House of Windsor for generations.
It's everywhere. But what I'm trying to say is, how does anybody take that seriously? And if you step back as I do, like a royalist, that's a princess. That's not a princess. That's not a duchess. That's a disgrace.
Royal life isn't just about tiaras and tabloid covers. It's about diplomacy, duty, and deference. It's a system built on nuance, protocol, and deep-rooted cultural history.
As the fallout grows, public trust in Harry and Meghan is tanking. Celebrities once eager to stand with them have gone quiet. Podcasts praising Meghan's authenticity are deleting old episodes. Sponsors for her lifestyle brand are discreetly pulling back. For a couple who built an entire post-royal empire on being relatable and honest, these allegations cut deeper than any tabloid rumor. If people believe they lied about something this big, how can they believe anything else the couple says? What began as whispers about a suspicious baby bump is now an existential threat to the Sussexes' entire reinvention. If DL's story holds up, their fairy tale freedom story could go down in history, not as a triumph of independence, but as one of the biggest royal fictions ever staged.
To try and make some sort of point is equally awful. And what this shows now is that these two are actually not even on the D list, they are on the Z list. Every single project they have touched has turned to shit, and this for me is a final straw because there is nothing royal about this. These two are now an international embarrassment.
And there you have it. A secret surrogate, hidden documents, and a royal scandal that just won't die quietly. Whether you believe DL or think this is just another wild rumor, one thing's certain. Harry and Meghan's silence is speaking louder than any palace statement ever could. Will the Sussexes come forward with proof? Will the palace step in? Or will this become the scandal that finally snaps the last thread tying Harry and Meghan to the royal house they walked away from? Only time, and maybe a DNA test, will tell. If you're as fascinated by this royal unraveling as we are, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe DL's receipts or Meghan and Harry's silence? Until next time, keep questioning the narrative. And remember, some fairy tales are anything but royal.